Okay, let's dive in. Do you ever just feel, I don't know, swamped? Like there's this constant flood of information and these huge tech platforms are just everywhere?
Absolutely. It's a common feeling, that sense of being maybe a little bit lost in the noise or even constrained.
Right. And it makes you wonder, doesn't it? In this age where everything feels so centralized, can we actually still build real local connections? Can we still chase that classic American dream?
That's the core question, isn't it? And what's really interesting is that our source for this deep dive tackles that head on. We're looking at a pretty fascinating idea today.
Which is,
Well, it's this concept that local business networking, but like supercharged with AI, could actually be an antidote to all that over-centralization.
okay.
And it might even help redefine what we think of as a dream creator today.
Interesting. So where are we getting this from?
Our insights today are pulled from a really thought-provoking conversation with Mike Hayes.
Ah, Mike Hayes. Yeah, the Peabody Award winner, right. Decades in media, NBC background.
That's him. A researcher, documentarian, direct response expert. He's been an American dream creator himself for a long time.
Yeah.
And he's the mind behind the Great Discovery AI Super Campus podcast library.
So he brings a unique perspective. This isn't just theory then.
Not at all. It's grounded in experience. He talks about this vision for alternative independence. It sounds kind of grand, but it's really about shifting how we use technology and how we connect with our communities.
Okay, so our mission then, for you listening, what is it we want you to take away?
Well, we want to explore how you can, maybe take back some control over your own story, your business.
And foster real connections.
Exactly. And ultimately see if we can not just patch up the American dream, but maybe even expand it into something bigger, a global dream perhaps.
Let's start with the problem Hayes sees. He argues the American dream, especially for small businesses, is kind of broken because of this extreme centralization.
Yeah, he points to how local shops, retail stores, they've struggled massively as giants like Amazon just hoover up market share. We've all seen it, right?
Mm-hmm.
He even uses this analogy. He says that extreme centralization is like an unhealthy imbalance. You need moderation.
Which naturally leads to the question, okay, if that's unhealthy, what does a healthier ecosystem look like? How do we build that?
And that's where he brings in his big idea,
Right.
AI, but not just artificial intelligence.
Right, he calls it alternative independence.
Exactly. That's his proposed counterbalance. He sees AI, the tech kind, as a tool to empower local businesses.
Not replace them, but give them tools. Like what?
Well, think about using open source AI models to create really personalized content, or AI-powered local CRM systems to manage customer relationships better, maybe even predict inventory needs.
So giving them sophisticated tools to fight back, essentially, to own their customer relationships again, expand their reach without getting swallowed.
Precisely. And for you listening, if you're already familiar with the tech side of things, this is about local players using these specific AI tools to connect better with their community and with each other.
Creating their own little ecosystem.
Yeah, a robust, maybe more self-sustaining ecosystem. It's not about, ditching big tech entirely. It's about finding a balance,
Right.
coexistence, but preserving that local flavor, that direct networking. It's like building a different kind of value chain, a parallel economy almost.
And education is key here. He stresses that.
Huge. Teaching people how to use these AI tools responsibly, strategically. Not as some magic bullet or something scary, but as a bridge.
Finding that balance you mentioned. Using free or cheap AI to build independent platforms, maybe curate email lists that aren't dependent on social media whims.
Automate marketing that's actually targeted.
Right.
Create AI content that feels authentic to their audience.
Yeah, and this is what shifts people, in his view, from just being content creators.
Right, just churning stuff out for likes, stuck on that algorithm treadmill.
To becoming American dream creators.
Which sounds aspirational, but what does that practically mean? What's an example of the kind of content an American dream creator makes versus just, posting stuff?
Good question. He suggests maybe focusing on building, say, a hyper-local community portal for a specific niche, or developing specialized courses delivered directly to a carefully built audience.
Ah, so content with a direct purpose, supporting a local business, a community project, not just chasing vanity metrics.
Exactly. And look, his own success as an entrepreneur adds weight here. He even took this model global with AI HireX.
Which shows this alternative independence idea isn't just an American thing.
Right, it translates.
And that global dream aspect. It's not just about translating websites, is it? It seems more profound.
How so?
It's like using these decentralized AI tools to link up different local economies across the world, creating a network that's maybe more resilient because it's not centrally controlled. It suggests a whole new way for local businesses to find partners, customers, globally, without needing a giant middleman.
You know, despite all the talk of AI and complex tech, Hayes really brings it back to something fundamental about connection. He boils down the antidote to all the impersonal stuff online to just 5 words: checking in and following up.
Huh. Sounds almost too simple, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But how does he flesh that out? What does that really mean in practice?
Well, he argues that doing this consistently, genuinely, is what builds real connections. It shifts things from just being transactional.
To being about genuine care, maybe even love, in a community sense, making relationships the core.
Right.
But okay, how do businesses do that? How do you operationalize checking in with genuine care without it feeling, fake or just becoming overwhelming, especially with automation in the mix? Does he offer strategies for that?
He points to the Love Lafayette community. It's been going for 25 years, apparently built entirely on that ethos. Consistent check-ins, follow-ups, real care.
Okay, so a real-world example.
Yeah, building those emotional ties. Like, think about brands like Subaru or Starbucks. People feel connected to them. It's relational, not just buying stuff. So the idea is to use AI to assist with the personal touch, not replace it.
So AI becomes the super organized assistant, making sure no check-in gets missed, no follow-up forgotten.
Exactly. So the human element can focus on the quality of the interaction.
That's a powerful combo. AI plus love. It takes the Love Lafayette magazine idea and suggests it's not just about algorithms and profit. It's building something with heart.
And he's actively looking for people to replicate that, right? Start a Love Walnut Creek magazine, a Love Santa Cruz magazine.
Yeah, taking that specific model and applying it elsewhere.
So for listeners thinking, okay, this sounds interesting, but how do I even start? Mike positions the AI Super Campus as the place to go.
The central hub for this transformation.
So what do you actually get there? He mentions things like AI audibles, AI chalk talks. What are those? Practically speaking, are they how-to guides, big ideas, case studies?
It seems like a mix. They're designed to be like bite-sized and actionable. AI audibles are probably quick insights, maybe a single strategy nugget you can listen to quickly.
Right.
AI chalk talks might be a bit deeper, like walking through how to use a specific AI tool or applying a tactic for your local business, step-by-step stuff.
And AI infomercials, that sounds salesy.
He frames them differently, not traditional ads, but more like illustrations of the potential, showing real-world scenarios or case studies of how alternative independence works. The whole point is driving home this idea of personalization versus centralization.
Right. He saw that shift towards centralization firsthand in his infomercial days.
Yeah, 25 years of it. And now the AI Super Campus is pushing personalization as the counterweight, the yin to the yang, applying it to everything marketing, customer connection, the whole 9 yards.
And getting started is just signing up with your email at aisupercampus.com.
That's the gateway, yeah. He wants to help people see it that, okay, too much centralization can hurt, but personalization done right with intention that engages your brain and your heart. It's purposeful.
Purposeful learning, purposeful networking. How does he frame that shift from just consuming info to actually doing something with it?
He simplifies it again, actually. He compares the path to transformation to just podcast listening. It's not just listening to anything, but getting the right people listening to curated stuff that genuinely informs them and aligns with their goals. He sees it as a kind of osmosis.
Yeah.
You absorb the knowledge you need to become one of these American dream creators almost effortlessly because it's relevant.
But it's not just passive listening, is it? There's an active component, too.
Definitely. He and his friend Ron Hari run these Blitz referral networking events every Friday morning Pacific time.
What happens there?
They're described as dynamic, even experimental. People network, obviously, but they also learn from each other, share stories, and apparently insights from these meetings often get turned into new podcast content.
Oh, interesting. So it's a feedback loop.
Exactly. It's about making immediate connections, local and global, promoting businesses, and kind of building out this network of love magazines he envisions worldwide.
So listeners become participants, not just audience members.
Right. It blends networking, learning, community building, all with this undercurrent of using AI smartly.
Okay, so let's recap this deep dive then. We've really explored this shift he proposes, moving from just being a passive content creator online
to becoming an active American dream creator.
And the keys seem to be choosing personalization over centralization, using AI strategically as a tool for real connection, not just automation.
And remembering that simple but powerful idea of consistently checking in and following up, that relational core.
So if this resonates with you, if you want to explore alternative independence more.
The clear next step is to check out AISupercampus.com. And getting started is super easy. Just pop in your email address.
And doing that gets you updates, insights, free courses sent to your inbox, those AI audibles, AI chalk talks, the AI infomercials.
Plus the info to join those live Blitz referral networking events on Fridays at 8 a.m. Pacific. A chance to connect directly with others in this emerging community, locally or globally.
Okay. So as we wrap up, maybe a final thought to leave you with.
Considering this blend, we've discussed the power of smart AI combined with genuine human connection. How might you start your own Love Your Community movement? How could you turn your local connections into something with global reach?